almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
And
protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would go. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives. They did not come from the executives. They did not come from the executives. They did not come from the executives.
1.5 million.
Yeah, out of 200 million. All right, but you have not answered. Last question.
Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and you may not know this, but one of the biggest problems with our health industry, or what some might call the medical industrial complex, is all of the myriad of corporate shelters and subsidies and loopholes protecting these multi-billion-dollar institutions from being prosecuted and held accountable for what many believe to be their lies, misinformation, and, well, quite frankly, their racketeering. But how did it get this far? Well, as usual, the answer is as simple as following the money. I mean, just look at this table here. This table outlines just how much money some very big names have received from big pharmaceutical companies over the years. So no wonder there's so many laws in place protecting those companies as they so blatantly profit off of the sick people of our nation. But the good news is that things are certainly looking up. RFK, MAGA, and MAHA are poised to be taking it to the big pharma overlords big time. However, you can be sure they're not going to go down without a fight. This is not going to be a clean, quick process. So what can patriots do? Well, joining me today is Kim Bright. Kim is the owner and founder of Bright Core Nutrition. That's literally making America healthy again. And they've been doing it for the last several decades, or a couple of decades, I should say. What I personally love about Bright Core is that you can call them and talk to an expert on nutrition who can help you get exactly what you need to feel better and live better. So after you watch this video, I want you to do something. I want you to give them a call. The number's on the bottom of the screen, or you could just click on the link below. Check out their amazing Kimchi One supplement. You are not going to regret it. Kim, welcome. Great to have you here with us.
Well, it's great to be here. I'm really appreciative that you're having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and the privilege is ours. So what's going on? You're on the front lines of this. What do you think about RFK as the head of the Department of Health and Human Services?
I think it's exciting, and it's well overdue. I think we're finally going to get at the truth. The lies are going to be exposed. They're going to slice open the whole kit and caboodle of this whole medical tied in with agri, tied in with everything pharma, all of them in bed together. Guess what? The light's coming on and they're all going to get naked. So I'm loving it. I love his approach. He's very well qualified. Yeah. As a lawyer, he's looked into things that are poisoning our environment, not only in our bodies, but in our environment. And I think, he's got so much training over the years, and he's looked into all the things that are causing the ill health, not only in adults, but in children as well. And I am 100% for him. I wish him well. So that's what I'm excited about, to know that he's going to get in there and actually clean house.
Yeah, it's amazing how he's been able to integrate health with his legal background, and they're becoming a very, very powerful force. You've been doing this for, now, do I have this right? 45 years now. You have been MAHA for 45 years. You were MAHA before there was a MAHA.
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. How has all of this, from your vantage point, since you've been on the front lines for a while, how has all of this big pharma corruption really affected Americans?
Well, I've seen it from the bottom up. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in others. I've seen it with, people being sick and getting sicker because they're on that wheel, that gerbil wheel, or whatever mouse wheel that you want to call it, where you step over into that Western medicine and you start on that decline, because Western medicine changes symptoms into another symptom by using Big Pharma's drugs. Big Pharma's drugs go back all the way to when the Rockefellers were funding the medical portions of the universities. And so therefore, everything's tied together. It's not a machine to make us well. It's a machine to keep us sick. And so these bodies weren't built by God to, live on artificial colors, flavors, things that are just bringing our whole health down. They're meant to run on actual foodstuffs that are grown properly. And so to me, Big Pharma just continues this downward spiral because all the trips it gives to the doctors to influence them to just write that script out. They're not getting at the cause of things. They're just changing symptoms into another symptom to keep us on this merry-go-round of more drugs, more surgery, whatever. So I'm all about and have always been about, let's get at the cause. Let's find out what these bodies really need. Let's find out how to run them properly. But, you got to slay these dragons. And I think RFK Jr. is going to come in and do it.
Right. Yeah. I came across saying a cured customer is a lost customer as far as they're concerned.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just curious, in your opinion, how was this even allowed to happen? Things weren't always this way. How did this come about?
I think that the FDA, for instance, started out the first head of the FDA was a good guy, and he was there to really look at things and make sure that we were getting the right things and they weren't harming us. But then they got infiltrated. Anything can get infiltrated when you're talking about greed, money, power, influence, all of that. That's what's happened. We've been too trusting. We think that if it's part of the government, we can trust them. And I think everybody's eyes have been open to say, no, it's time. It's high time we start questioning things. It's high time that we've got to look at being responsible for our own health, because if we don't, who's going to? And so I think that's the whole kit and caboodle here is we've really got to open our eyes. And I think we've been doing that. And I praise the Americans for putting President Trump in office. So now he can get RFK Jr. in and we can start to disassemble this machine that's been there for over 100 years. And now we could actually make a healthcare system that's all about health.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because you go back to 2016. I mean, MAHA wasn't even a reality back. It was just pure MAGA. And the problem was political. That was it. Now, the beauty of this is how holistic it is. This kind of populist uprising against the powers that be, where MAGA is now being overlapped with MAHA. So the political and the personal, the macrocosmic and the microcosmic they're like creating a really fascinating harmony together, which is very exciting.
Yes, I love that because I taught and studied macrobiotics, and that's the big view of life rather than the small look at life. So I love the yin and yang and the macro and the micro look. So we've got to look at the macro look, definitely.
Yeah, macro and micro together, right? The political and the personal. And we're finding they're interrelated, obviously, because the weaker we are, the sicker we are, the more we can be controlled. The more
we make great serfs and slaves, don't we?
Exactly. So it fits perfectly. I was so excited when the great handshake with the pyrotechnics behind him with Trump and RFK.
Awesome. Yes.
Summer. Oh yeah, it was great. There goes my hero and all that. So what can people do? We're all about taking action here. What can we, and I have an older audience. What can we how can we begin to reverse some of the damage that's been done over the decades?
Well, the first thing that we have to understand really is it's all about our gut. And that's where everything starts. That's where the health of our brain, our heart, our skin, our hair, everything starts in the gut, just like good food starts in good soil. The microbiome in our gut has to be balanced and healthy, just like soil has to be balanced and healthy. Feed us healthy food. So we have to pay attention to our gut. And luckily, there are foods out there that really supply the things that we need to start healing our gut. And what are they? They're fermented foods like kimchi from Korea, which is a concoction put together of all cabbage and hot chili peppers and all kinds of great things that the Koreans have used for centuries. And they have great health. They have great skin, great hair. And the whole thing here is if we focus on things that are going to put back the balance in our microbiome, the good guys. We've got a war going on. We've been bombarded with all kinds of chemicals from the air, the water, the soil, in our foods, the artificial colors and dyes and everything. So it has wreaked havoc on our gut, which wreaks havoc on every other system in our body. And so therefore, what we can do is eat kimchi, make it ourselves, or we've come up with a way to encapsulate it so it still retains all of its great things that it's going to do. And we got excited about it because we read studies that addressed obesity. BMI went down if you ate kimchi. Your waist circumference went down. Your hair started growing back. The volume of the hair started changing. Your skin started changing. Better heart health, better digestive health, better brain health. It's all connected. The gut-brain axis, the skin-gut axis, all connected together. So we've encapsulated this incredible fermented food, and we have we're now enabling people to get it. It's called Kimchi One, and it's convenient. You can take it every single day and have these benefits that are going to start you on the path back to restoration of really cleaning up and detoxing these harmful chemicals in substances and even medical things that medical pills you've been taking. So that's what we've done.
I love what you've done. I don't know if you know, my wife is Japanese, so she goes to
Oh,
the Asian market all the time, and she loves kimchi, from Korea, and so we eat it a lot, but it's a strong taste, and not everyone is they're not going to be necessarily receptive to that very strong fermented taste. That's what I love about what you did, is you kind of bypass that barrier for a lot of people.
well, yeah, Americans aren't used to eating a fermented food like this. Yeah, we've eaten a little bit of sauerkraut if you have German heritage. We've
Yes.
eaten, dill pickles or things. I used to make pickles with my grandmother as a child and store them down in the cellar. But the thing that I want to say too here is kimchi has specific strains, very powerful strains that attack the bad bacteria and pathogens that no other fermented food has.
Wow.
So this is key to kimchi. And yes, it does have a very strong flavor and it has a strong smell. And Americans aren't used to that. So this
Right.
is why it's so great to have it in capsules and
Yes.
make it convenient for people.
Yes, absolutely. So how can our audience get some? I mean, I'm a huge believer in this. Again, we eat kimchi probably every week. But I mean, just the idea of having this as a daily supplement just sounds so wonderful. How can we get our hands on some?
All right. Well, we're going to do a special for your audience only. And if they call in and buy two, we're going to give them one free
Awesome.
bottle of
Okay.
the Kimchi One. And then they can save up to 50% off and get free shipping if they call in. And all of our operators are taking your phone calls. Our staff are very well educated, so they can answer any questions, make sure this is right for you. But they need to call 888-597-0233. That's 888-597-0233. Yes, you can go online, but you're not going to get those big discounts that if you call in, will really work with you and help you. And yeah, you do want to take this every single day because the damage that's been done over years, especially if you're older like me, you want to really pay attention to your gut health first and foremost, beyond anything else. Make sure you're drinking lots of water every day, get your sleep, get your exercise. But really, Kimchi One every day makes it great and convenient for everyone to have this incredible fermented food.
And it is incredible. Yeah, gang, again, what I love so much about Brightcore is, you could talk to someone who knows what they're talking about, and they can help you get exactly what you need to feel better, live better. So give them a call. The number again is at the bottom of the screen, 888-597-0233. But talk to them and see how this amazing kimchi product, Kimchi One, can help you today. And then we've got this wonderful deal. Buy 2 bottles of Kimchi One, get one absolutely free. Get some for yourself and get some for the loved ones in your life, the patriots who are ready to make America healthy again. So click the link below or give them a call at 888-597-0233. 2 bottles of kimchi, 2 for 1. I just couldn't, of the Kimchi One, I just could not recommend that.
Yeah, and
more.
one other thing I'd like to say too, this is so powerful for your immunity. Your
Yes.
immunity,
Yes.
70 to 80% is in your gut. So
Yes.
nourish that immunity.
Yes, and again, that fermentation is, and like you say, kimchi is so unique. It has that unique quality to it. That's what makes it so wonderful. And I'm a big believer in it. I eat the raw. I can do the garlic. I can do the ferment. But I love this. I love the pills. This is just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Kim, for being with us. Amazing stuff. Let's have you back real soon.
All right. Thank you so much.